All right, what's up, guys? My name is Preston. This is Austin, otherwise known as Booster. We have started what is called the Outdoor Companion. Welcome to our channel. We are going to be learning how this guy is going to teach us about canine blood tracking and canine shed hunting. So, I'm just the best friend who has only the knowledge that this guy has given me about dog training. But he is the master. He's the one that's going to teach us. So first step to training your dog to blood track and shed hunt is picking your dog out. So Austin, go ahead and tell me if I was to go next year, which I probably will, what do I need to do when I go and pick out a puppy?
So guys, picking out the puppy is a big deal, a very big deal. I would say 80% of all behavioral issues you run into with dogs in general, outside of sports dog training, all comes down to picking out your puppy. Their main reason is because people tend to pick puppies on how they feel when the puppy is introduced. So they'll most likely pick this hyperactive, super cute puppy that comes up and just bombards you and jumps up on you. Or even worse, you let the highest energy person in your family, the child, pick the puppy. And the child is going to pick that puppy based on the fact that it has matching energy. And the high energy leader of the pack dog is just not made for your average family. It's just not.
Which you have some experience with that on your first dog, right?
I do.
You fell into that trap, kind of.
I definitely fell into that trap. So when it comes to my first personal dog that I got, I was 16 years old, and I was given the dog as a gift for my birthday, and I picked that dog on a picture. So anyways, she was definitely the pack leader, and that led to a host of issues. Those issues came down to she showed early signs of food aggression, and just kind of being territorial and possessive over things. This also led to the fact that even to today, it is not often, but she always is trying to see who is leading, who is the pack leader, and she's always testing me to make sure I hold my own, hold my ground. And that might sound barbaric and crazy, and it's not as caveman as you think. I mean, it's little, yeah. They run on a ranking system, and all it comes down to is sometimes when there's things that she knows, she'll kind of test that limit and see if I'm going to correct her, or if that limit's if that boundary is still there, those rules, those limitations. And she's going to test those.
So what would you do when you show up, you got a bunch of puppies in a pen? What do you look like? What exactly are you looking for? Because when you tell me like you want there's this high energy dog and there's this medium energy and this low energy, like what am I actually looking for?
So not directly attaching to what you just said, but I'll get there. The very first part is picking out a good, reputable breeder. Reason being is when you go to pick out the puppy and you go to look for the things that I'm going to talk about, if you have a puppy mill breeder, despite the health issues, the main problem is they don't care. So can you ask that breeder that you're about to get your puppy from, can you say, hey, who was the first one to attach to the mom? If it's a puppy mill breeder, will they remember? No, then they won't care at all. But I'm telling you from experience, if you go to somebody who's a reputable breeder and who cares, they remember every detail of what that pack does. They remember every puppy, the order it was born in, who did what first, who treats who, what way, what's active, all of those things. And oftentimes when you go, a quick way to determine the dog you don't want for a majority of cases, for your average owner, is they will say, here's the pick of the litter. And if the way breeders say, they'll say pick of the litter. And that's usually the dominant one, the one that was first to feed. He's hyperactive. He's the first to do everything, the first to grab the ball, the first to fight, the first to feed, first to do anything. What you want is the middle of the pack, and you want middle energy. So what that means, like realistically, is when you get there, ask them just, do you have any recollection of the feeding order? Who was the first to feed, yada, yada, yada. If they don't remember that, not everybody's going to, then you're just going to go based off of demeanor. If you can, ask the breeder if you can see the entire puppy pack at once, or whatever's left of that puppy pack. Don't isolate the puppy. If you go to see a breeder and they have just that one puppy, do everything you can to say, can I see other puppies? I want to see this puppy interact with its pack. Because that's going to let you know how this puppy normally reacts with people that it's comfortable with. Canines, not people.
So I know you've told me that when it comes to picking out a puppy, you want a very low energy puppy in regards to like a household dog. So why the difference between when you're picking out a dog for blood tracking or shed hunting?
So in general, when it comes to sports, working dogs, anything like that, your pack leader dog, the one that is first to do everything, all that stuff, although he requires much more advanced training and he's going to require somebody who knows what they're doing, he would technically perform better. He's going to have this higher drive, this relentless, no fear, going after stuff, far more than the other ones. It doesn't mean the other ones aren't capable. But essentially, he would just be the best. The low energy, the reason the super low energy one wouldn't be exactly what you wanted is because we are doing something that requires endurance. If you're going out on a 5-hour hike and you want that dog to stay on point, stay on focus, then you can't exactly have the super low energy, couch potato, doesn't want to do anything dog. But that's why you have those two categories. And that's why I said what part of the pack and then what energy level, because you have front of the pack, middle of the pack, back of the pack. You don't want back of the pack. The back of your pack, these are like the ones that they're just usually the skittish ones. The runt of the litter would be how a breeder would refer to it. They're the last to feed. That's where they come from. So the last to feed, which makes sense. That's why they're the low on the totem pole. That's why they're the runt. They're smaller because they eat less. They're also the ones that tend to, in puppy mill situations, they would actually die or whatever because the antibodies are pretty much drank up by the other ones first, and they get the very bare minimum of that.
I'm always learning.
But anyways, so that is why you want the middle of the pack, and then you want a medium energy because it's basically just a happy medium. I mean, you're getting to this very middle ground of just the middle of the pack. These are the dogs that are responsible for keeping everyone getting along. So you have your pack leader, you have your run to the litter. Those are the ones that are more skittish. These are the ones that are going to be more prone to give you the, hey, something's happening. The alerting dogs, that's their natural role in the pack, to be aware of stuff and to let the other dogs know something's coming, something's happening. More skittish and back. The middle of the pack, these are your playful dogs. These are the ones that are going to go around. They're going to just show this very, just happy-go-lucky energy the entire time. But once that burst of energy is done and they've played and they've got along with everyone, they're going to go down to lay back and sleep it off and just have a good time, which is why they get the happy-go-lucky title. So that they're perfect. That's what your basic family wants. And when it comes to the sports dogs, I feel like the very best thing that you can do is get a dog that is good with your family, but then you can take it out and spend more time with it because it can bond with you doing these sports. And that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what I hope that this channel will do, is teach people how to create a dog that is beneficial for both. So the dog has a better life and so does the human.
Well, I tell you what, if I do end up getting a hunting dog next year, I'm going to come back and watch this video. And I would appreciate if you all like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. I mean, what we're going to be posting and what we're going to be showing you guys, it is not hard for you to go out, get a puppy, and start training it to be a blood tracking and a shed hunting dog. If we did it, you can do it too. Thank you for watching tonight. Until next time.
Later.